Carry more weight. Carry more weight. Come out of the blue. Come out of the blue. Come to a head. Come to a head. Shouldering the cost. Shouldering the cost. At a crossroads. At a crossroads.
Okay, let's dive into this. We're looking at a really critical global shift today. It's all about NATO's, well, groundbreaking new defense spending pledge. And the number that really jumps out is 5%. 5% of GDP. That's a huge signal.
It really is. And what's fascinating digging into this is the sheer urgency behind it. It's not just a number, you know. It signals this massive push for European self-reliance, especially, and this is clear, as the U.S. is increasingly looking towards the Indo-Pacific. That fundamentally changes the game for NATO, doesn't it? It's asking Europe to carry more weight at home.
So let's break down that 5% pledge, because it's not quite as simple as one figure, is it? Your notes show it's split, 3.5% for direct military spending, you know, weapons, personnel, the usual stuff. But then there's this other 1.5%, and that's for broader things like infrastructure, cybersecurity, other defense needs. This was all agreed recently, right? At the NATO summit in The Hague, June 24th. Though Spain and Slovakia did ask for exceptions, apparently.
Yeah, and that split is really insightful. That 3.5% is sort of expected, maybe, but the 1.5% for things like cyber, that's a big deal. It shows a recognition that, well, the modern battlefield isn't just physical anymore. It's digital. It's logistical. It's a more holistic view of defense spending than just counting tanks and jets. And this pledge, it didn't just come out of the blue.
No, definitely not. Connecting the dots, this feels like years of tension coming to a head. There's been this long-standing frustration from the U.S. side, hasn't there?
Yeah.
About shouldering the cost. The numbers are pretty stark. 2024 figures show the U.S. covering about 64% of NATO's total defense budget. Europe and Canada, just 36%. That's quite an imbalance.
A huge imbalance. And it's not a new complaint. You mentioned Robert Gates warning about this way back in 2011, and then President Trump pushed it further, demanding that 5% number earlier.
So is this shift more about strategic necessity for the U.S., like the Indo-Pacific focus, or is it more about, well, finally getting Europe to pay up?
That's a great question, and honestly, it feels like both. The Indo-Pacific concern is absolutely real for the U.S., no doubt. But that frustration over burden sharing, that's real too, and it's been simmering for a long time. They likely feed into each other. But this leads to perhaps the most critical question here. Can Europe actually stand on its own, militarily speaking?
And the answer seems to be, not yet, not quite. Even with increased spending, Europe lacks certain key capabilities, things the U.S. provides, like sophisticated satellite intelligence, real-time battlefield awareness, and long-range precision strike systems, being able to hit targets far away. That's crucial for independence.
Absolutely. Those aren't just nice-to-haves. They're foundational for modern military power projection and defense. And beyond the tech, you've got internal politics within Europe. Big differences.
Poland and the Baltics, they feel the threat from Russia directly. They want action now. But then you have countries like Spain maybe feeling more geographically removed from the immediate conflict.
Exactly. And differing industrial bases, different strategic outlooks, it makes genuine European defense integration really, really complex. Which raises the leadership question. If the U.S. steps back even slightly, who leads?
So with all these challenges, how realistic is hitting that 5% target? Where does the drive come from?
Well, the drive is undeniable urgency. The war in Ukraine changed everything. European nations feel immense pressure now. The possibility of future Russian aggression feels very real. It's like a collective wake-up call, you know? That maybe they can't just rely on others indefinitely. And the new NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte seems key here. He's known for being pragmatic, a deal maker. Getting diverse members aligned on this ambitious goal was quite something.
Still, I bet some people listening are skeptical. 5% is a lot. Is it achievable? Or just aspirational?
Oh, there's definitely skepticism. The pledge isn't legally binding. There's no real enforcement. And some argue it was partly political maneuvering, maybe even to ensure Trump attended the summit. Who knows? But honestly, Regardless of the skepticism, the overall direction seems crystal clear.
Which is?
Europe has to prepare to defend itself more effectively. Whether the U.S. is fully engaged in the future or less so, that path seems set.
So it circles back to this idea of shifting global balances. Europe really does seem to be at a security crossroads.
Absolutely. And maybe the fundamental question for you, the listener, to think about is this. Can Europe actually build the strength and, importantly, the unity it needs before the next crisis hits?